Welcome to the MISOGI Method with work happiness expert Jody B. Miller. Each week, Jody interviews amazing people who have broken through huge barriers to achieve meaning, success, and happiness in their lives. For each of us, the path to lasting happiness has always been there, but it may take a MISOGI to get you on it. Here's your host, Jody B. Miller.
Welcome to the MISOGI Method, breaking through barriers to achieve meaning, success, and happiness that lasts. I'm your host, Jody B. Miller. One of the areas of doing a MISOGI that many people venture into is fitness. How can we better our bodies? Maybe completely transform them. Is it running, weightlifting, martial arts? Today's guests have an outside-the-box perspective on fitness and how you can change your body for the better in record time. I have to admit, I'm a personal fan. I love this method. Please welcome Marcus and Eva Kettles of Fit Buddha. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for being here. I'm so excited about what you do. And before we jump into what an amazing transformative fitness program Fit Buddha is, I wanted to give our audience a little bit of a background on the two of you and how you got into the fitness business in the first place.
Great.
Yeah,
So
that's
take it
awesome.
away.
Yeah, I personally actually am a naturopath. I studied holistic medicine in Germany. And also I went to a business school in Switzerland and have been working, in the transformational healing arts for a long time. I'm a spiritual coach and transformational teacher. And so I have been always interested in transforming lives, from the inside out, not just physically, because I do believe everything is connected to our mind, and therefore everything is connected. So emotions, mind, body, and that obviously drove me to the fitness industry too, because it is a beautiful entryway into the spiritual world as well, because when we treat our bodies like temples and really understand that we are a sacred vessel, then we can achieve so much more when we do a mindful fitness.
I love that, Eva. I'm a big believer in that as well. I mean, just think about how much stress people experience in their careers and in their lives trying to manage it all. And if you're not mindful, that can affect your body, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, we call this Megaformer workout your moving meditation. And in a way, it just allows you to let go and let your body intelligence just have its way with your spirit. My background is I was a high school jock and NCAA athlete and a triathlete later. And then as I got older, it was easy to kind of lose that perspective with family and business and things like that. And I was actually working for a medical sales company, and all of a sudden I had gained a bunch of weight. And so we found this Megaformer workout because our friends had been doing it. And so we were one of the first licensees in California, and it has been the most amazing, magical experience and journey for us.
So that's incredible. Marcus, when you say this Megaformer, how did you discover this neat machine? And then maybe you or Eva can explain what it is and how it works.
Yes, we have discovered it in San Diego. Our friends there were actually lawyers and then real estate agents, and then they opened a fitness studio, and we were following their lifestyle for a while, and we were like, you guys are just amazing. And then they invited us down and they said, yeah, but guess what, we are really happy now doing
Oh,
this.
that's great.
And then we are like, yeah, let's find out why you're so happy. And then they invited us over for a weekend, and we took two classes actually on this Megaformer.
I was so sore. Oh my God.
I know that feeling of being
Yes,
sore on that thing.
And then we were just truly transformed. We saw a physical difference after 2 workouts. And this Megaformer machine is developed by Sebastian Lagree, who's a Frenchman who is definitely a genius in his own right, developing amazing machines. And this is a sculpting machine beyond Pilates. I mean, people know the name Pilates. This is really not Pilates anymore because the angles of the machines are different. We have here springs underneath the carriage, which everybody can fine tune their workout to whatever their needs are. So I can literally teach a person that is 25 years old and an athlete and a grandma, from 70 or 65 next to each other, and they can all fine tune the workout to their needs, depending on how many springs they put on for each exercise. And that is really, truly mind-blowing and mind-boggling that we can fine-tune everything and individualize the workout for each person and still have it in a class setting for a fraction of the price.
Yeah. And I've taken Pilates, and I really feel like this, for me as an end user who absolutely loves it, I feel like for me it's a combination of Pilates, maybe a little yoga, stretching, and strength training. That's sort of how I envision it.
Exactly. It's muscle endurance training because you're using spring-loaded resistance. And with that slow twitch muscle fiber engagement, you're actually working multiple muscle groups at the same time in a slow, non-impactful way. So it's better for your body for any age, even for kids in their 20s and 30s. And those, we have a trainer, she's going to be 68 next week. And she's probably one of the most popular trainers we have in Santa Barbara.
Is that Marcia?
Yeah, that's Marcia.
She's awesome.
She kicked my booty just a couple days ago. So
I call it fit booty, actually. That's so funny you just said that.
Yes, we have been, but we got a little bit in trouble with the Buddha community,
And so just as a side note, you call it Fit Buddha. Is that sort of the whole thread of the mind-body connection, Eva?
It is, Marcus really came up with that. I knew that I needed a transformational name, but he really popped it out in such a wonderful way, because I felt like, it's really fitness, but it's also spirituality, and we got to get it all together into a name. And then I got it, Fit Buddha. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so awesome. Let's do that.
So the thought behind that is, we didn't want to be like Santa Barbara Pilates Center or Lagree Santa Barbara. We figured, our lives are centered around how to be a soulful, compassionate, caring individual, sort of like a Buddha spirit. And also, why can't you combine that instead of being kind of the fat, Buddha who's just meditating? Why can't you have a fit, rockin' body? So I put fit with Buddha. And I was like, oh my gosh, and the hair on my arms just stood up. And that internal energy you get when you come across like a really connected idea that resonates with you. And I was really happy that Eva liked it too.
I love that, because in my TEDx talk all about the MISOGI method, and my most recent book that just came out, The MISOGI Method, How to Achieve Lasting Happiness and Success, I talk about that tingling feeling, that knowing when you are on to what that big reach is for you. And so when you just said that the hair stood up on your arms, you just knew without a doubt, I would imagine.
Yes, there was a certainty there that was really wonderful. And I'm excited that you're writing about those kind of things, Jody. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. Go ahead, Eva.
And then the tagline, obviously, Evolve Your Body Temple, which is a part of it, that really connects then the dots, that we have really to treat our bodies as temples, and that we are sacred vessels. And I think looking at every client as a messenger of a spiritual, message, and also a moment with them to share and really see everybody as a treat. Like, I feel like our clients tell us a lot of times that the way they feel at Fit Buddha is different, because I truly also see everything as vibration, and I do a lot of sound healing, and even use the gong after class sometimes to give them a sound bath, because I do believe that that releases a lot of our stress, and that it bypasses the mind when we are using sound. And then I speak, like it's a prayerful conversation that I have, and lead them into a meditative feeling with my words, but then I use the gong or the sound crystal balls, and then they really feel completely aligned and attuned with something that is beyond the body, you know, their highest, their spiritual selves. And it's nice to get that feedback from people that they really enjoy that about Fit Buddha.
I love it. I love walking in and seeing the Fit Buddha fountain. That makes me feel peaceful, makes me leave my stress at the door. I love that you do this barefoot. I feel like I feel very connected to my body. Is there a method, or is there a thought process behind doing it barefoot?
Well, I think it's in tune with what you're saying, that you feel connected, but it's also a safety thing as well, because as you know, after a while, you're going to start sweating. And if you have non-grip socks, then it can be dangerous to you because you would slide. So we feel like the feet really put you in a place where you can really ground yourself. And how nice and stress relieving is that?
Yeah, it's awesome. So just to get a little more detail about the machine, because I've never seen something like this. So you have the springs that you can adapt to the length, the intensity of the workout that you want, but you also have these two different color straps that you hold on to. Can you explain how those work?
Sure. We have red straps and black straps and foot straps that are connected to the black straps. And because when you're working various muscle groups, generally almost all of the exercises will target one specific muscle group, but you're also combining assistance with maybe 1, 2, 3, or even 4 more muscle groups. So that's why it's so amazing. And the different spring loads allow for the different muscle groups to work. So if you're using like say a red strap, which would be generally the smaller amount of spring loads, because you're either working right into the glute or you're doing some workout with the arms, so the upper body. And if you're using larger muscles, say the big blue spring, it's because you're working the larger muscle groups that need that bigger amount of resistance to get into the slow twitch muscle fiber, you say the shake, which is the magic of the megaformer. So when you're using the different straps, it's designed to engage the muscle to muscle completion for full engagement throughout. So once you start moving on this machine, you really never stop. And that's another reason why it is similar to a yoga flow in a way, because you're just seamlessly moving from one transition to the other, to the other, to the other. And then all of a sudden 40 something odd minutes are done and you are completely done.
Yeah, that's what amazes me. 40 minutes and I can't wait for it to be over. But yet I love it while I'm doing it. And I love the slow, it's almost like you said, a meditation, and then you encourage us to close our eyes, which of course they never do in yoga. They always say, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes open. And I think I want to close my eyes.
Right.
I just love the whole connection, the internal connection. So let's talk about what this does to your body. I mean, what can people expect if they tried Fit Buddha or the Megaformer in general, if they don't live in the Central Coast or Southern California?
So I would say that the effects are really tremendous. First of all, you're really oxygenating your entire body, because you're bringing oxygen into areas and create a higher blood flow, which is, helping your circulation, of course, in your entire body. pumps your heart in the perfect way. So you actually also have fat loss because you don't go into an area of super hyperness,